back to Stella Studies. I'm Leonard, and in this session we are going to discuss about the colonization of Nigeria. In the previous session we have completed up to the colonization of the Vietnam, and now in this session we are going to discuss about the colonization of Nigeria. And the Nigeria was first found by the Nigeria is in the African continent, and it is the country. It is a country, and before the colonizing of Britain, it is not a country. But after the colonizing, the British has divided three parts and united. It's namely today it is namely as Nigeria, and now the Nigeria is one of the country in which it got the independence very lately, because mainly comparing to India and Vietnam and Nigeria. The Nigeria is one of the country which got independence lately, because the India and Vietnam has its powerful dual army, and also the political parties were arrived soon, and also many famous movements were happened in India, and not only India but also Vietnam. The Vietnam also many people have started many movements in very earlier, and also the US war is one of the important point in gaining the independence of Vietnam. And like this, the Vietnam has got independence, and also the India also got independence, but very earlier. But Nigeria is one of the country which got independence very lately. And now we are going to discuss about the Nigeria. Nigeria has got the independence very passively very lately, and because of the following reasons. First, the Nigeria was colonized by the Britain, and also the Britain has divided Nigeria into three parts, that is the Hausa Fulani and the Yoruba tribes, and also the Ibu region. And the Hausa Fulani is mainly dominated in the west and in the north, and the Hausa Fulani is mainly composed of a Muslim region, and also the Ibu region and the Yoruba tribes are, the Ibu and Yoruba are almost up to the tribal people areas, and also the Ibu occupies mostly dominated by the southeast portion is mainly dominated by the Ibu region, and also the southwest portion is dominated by the Yoruba tribes. And now these three are the main divisions of the Britain, and now we are going to see the picture about this. And friends, like this we can see the three divided regions. This is the Hausa Fulani region, and it is mainly occupies the northern portion of the Nigerian country. The Nigerian country is in this shape, and it is like a biscuit like shape, and it is in the African continent, and this up to the Hausa Fulani region, and this green region is up to the Ibu region. And these two are mostly about the tribal people, and this Ibu region is composed of southeast side, and this is the Yoruba tribes, and this in the composed of southwest side. And now these three are the main three parts of the Nigerian country. And now later we are going to discuss about the conflicts and consequences after what has happened. Friends, like this, the Nigeria was divided into the three parts: the Hausa Fulani, Ibu and Yoruba tribes, and these three parts are the main places of the Nigerian country. And now the Nigerian country has many manipulations in that the ruling of British. Mainly the British has focused on the coastal areas, because the coastal areas of a Nigerian country are highly rich in mineral sources such as the coca, and also coca which is used for chocolate, and also some other chemical the chemical minerals which are helpful for making of different things. And like this, the Britain has the Nigeria is not only about its manipulation, and also the Nigeria is mainly it has many mineral sources which the Britain has focused on. The mineral sources which the Britain has focused is because of mainly it has sources of many sources, and also the Britain was mainly focusing on the oil palms, and also like this the oils were controlled by the Britain. And now we are going to discuss about the regions and the places which the Nigeria is under the control. And now mainly it has slowly the many movements started, and like this the many groups were started against the real British rulers, and mainly one of that is the NYM. it is the national youth movement, and it was formed in the, and also it was started in the places of Nigeria, and also slowly one by one movements are started, and also the NYM and the NYM leader Nami Ajikwe, and also the other leader of named Mark, and these two has mixed and started a new the new group called as a National Council of Nigeria, National Council of Nigeria, and the Cameroon, and like this is the one of the two important national foundations of the people. And now I want to show you the Nami Ajikwe. And friends, here we can see the Nandi Ajikwe. He is the leader of NCNC. It is the National Council of Nigeria, and also the Cameroons. And he is the Nandi Ajikwe. He played an important role in making the NCNC, and also the NYN, the National Nigerian Youth Movement, and also many means we can say the many groups are formed in the Nigeria later on. Mainly that is one of the group is the National Northern People's Congress NPC, and also the AG Action Group. And friends, like this there are many groups, many movements, and many organizations which are formed in the Nigeria. Mainly the AG Action Group dominates in the western side, and also the NPC, Northern People Council, Northern People's Congress, it dominates in the eastern side, and also the NCNC, it is a National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon. It is these three are the main, and also one is left the NYM, that is the Northern Youth Movement, and all these four organizations were helped for getting the freedom and getting independence for Nigeria. And also during the ruling time, an environmentalist called as Ken Saro-Wiwa has tried to make unified laws, and also tried to get the country to freedom and independence. But he is one of the best leaders in the people. But the government of Nigeria means in that time the government of Nigeria is a British people. That British people has accumulated many cases on him, and also finally he was hanged on in the public by the British government. During the dying time also, the Ken Saro-Wiwa kept laughing, and also he knows that in the future the Nigeria is going to get freedom and also independence. And friends, like this, the Nigerian country is one of the country which has got independence very lately. It is in the 1st September 1969, and it is mainly in the Nigerian country. After the oil spoilage has been occurred in the rivers and seas, and it has damaged almost all of the aquatic ecosystems, and also these are very important in the Nigerian context, and this has make the people very immensely sick, and also the people who consume the water which was mixed with oil spoilage, and this is going to be spillage, and also this is very dangerous for the people. And this is all about the colonization of the Nigeria, and also the ruling of the British by the ruling of the Nigeria by the British people. And friends, here we can see the Ken Saro-Wiwa is slightly unclear, but you can search in the Google. The Ken Saro-Wiwa is a famous leader in the Nigerian country, and he because of his efforts, most of his efforts has brought independence in the Nigeria on September 1st 1969, and finally he was hanged on by the British government. And now he is a Ken Saro-Wiwa. He did a lot of things for the Nigerian country, and which will be remembered for years later. And now, like this, the Ken Saro-Wiwa is one of the famous leaders of Nigeria. And now we are stopping this session now, and in the following sessions we are going to start our new chapters. So friends, and today we have completed the session, and in the next session we are going to discuss about our following chapters. And bye friends, and thanks for watching our videos, and thanks for subscribing, and bye.